Good morning everyone. Today I am going to talk about free radical injury in human body. So first of all, introduction. What are free radicals? These are atoms or molecules with one or more unpaired electrons in the outer orbit, making them highly reactive. The types of free radicals? They are of two types, reactive oxygen species and reactive nitrogen species. Example of reactive oxygen species are superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, hydroxyl radical. Now reactive nitrogen species, nitric oxide, peroxynitride. Now what is the role of free radicals? The role of free radicals can be divided into physiological role and pathological role. The free radicals are involved in cellular signaling, immune defenses by neutrophils, macrophages. Now, what is the pathological role? It can cause oxidative damage when produced in excess or when antioxidant defenses are inadequate. Now, moving on to pathophysiology of free radical injury. First of all, what is the source of free radical? It can be endogenous or exogenous. Endogenous sources are mitochondrial electron transport chains, xanthine oxidase, NADPH oxidase, cytochrome P450 metabolism. Exogenous sources are ionizing radiation, smoking, pollution, drugs, toxins, heavy metals. Now, what is the mechanism of damage? Free radicals causes cellular injury by attacking lipids, proteins, DNA. In lipids, it causes lipid peroxidation, which leads to membrane damage. In proteins, it leads to oxidation of sulfhydryl groups of enzyme, leading to loss of enzymatic function. In DNA, it leads to strand breaks, base modifications, which leads to mutations, which ultimately leads to carcinogenesis. Now, what are the defense mechanisms against these free radical injuries? The defense mechanisms are known as antioxidants. It can be divided into enzymatic and non-enzymatic type. Enzymatic types are superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione peroxidase. The non-enzymatic are vitamin E, vitamin C, glutathione, uric acid, bilirubin, etc. Now, the clinical correlation and disease states with free radical injury. First, ischemic reperfusion injury. The sudden restoration of blood flow in case of ischemia can lead to burst of reactive oxygen species, which can lead to reperfusion injury. It is seen in myocardial infarction, stroke. Now, second, neurodegenerative diseases. First of all, Alzheimer's disease. The beta amyloid aggregates of Alzheimer's disease promotes reactive oxygen species. Second, Parkinson's disease. The dopaminergic neuron degeneration is linked with mitochondrial reactive oxygen species in Parkinson's disease. Third, cancer. As mentioned above, DNA damage can lead to mutations, which can ultimately lead to oncogenesis. Fourth, atherosclerosis. Oxidation of LDL by reactive oxygen species can lead to foam cell formation, which can ultimately lead to plaque formation. Fifth, chronic inflammation. Activated neutrophils or macrophages releases reactive oxygen species in case of conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel diseases, etc. Sixth, aging. There is a free radical theory of aging, that is, accumulation of oxidative damage over time contributes to functional decline, which can ultimately lead to aging. Now, what is the treatment and prevention? First of all, antioxidant therapy. The antioxidant therapy can be natural antioxidants or supplemental antioxidant. Natural antioxidants are diet rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, that is, vitamin C and vitamin E, polyphenols rich fruits, vegetables. Supplemental antioxidants, we can also take supplements to prevent free radical injury, like vitamin E, which can lead to lipid phase protection, vitamin C, which regenerates vitamin E and scavenges reactive oxygen species, and acetylcysteine used in acetaminophen overdose. Second, enzyme modulation. There is currently research going on into upregulating endogenous superoxide dismutase activity, catalase activity to prevent free radical injury. Third, chelation therapy, used in iron or copper overload to prevent Fenton reaction and ultimately preventing free radical injury. Example, deferoxamine. Lastly, lifestyle. Smoking cessation and controlling pollution exposure can prevent free radical injury. Also, exercise. Exercise modulates oxidative stress positively. Thank you.